Getting down from that tree. I remember taking an English class at Michigan State. I was an English major. This was a creative writing class in particular. And the teacher said something about this format, about if you want to know how to write like a traditional kind of story, beginning, middle, end, you first of all get your character up in a tree, then somebody's throwing stones at him, and then you get him down from there. Well, I hadn't thought of it before just now, but that's kind of like the Western heroic myth of Jesus, who doesn't seem to have, from what I can tell from watching the documentary The God Who Wasn't There, just doesn't seem to have existed actually physically. But that's hard to question in a Western society, but I think more and more people are understanding that. But I think that it's important for people to not be discouraged because traditional religion isn't true, because spirituality is true. It's just whenever you take spirituality and you try to form it into like a government or a bureaucracy, then egos get involved and things get just really warped. But I think as a metaphor in your own heroic journey, you can see yourself as a character in that basic story format. It's like, okay, I was born, and then at some point, maybe when I was a little kid, or maybe when I was even an infant, or when I was a teen, I got up in a tree, and things were looking pretty bad. But then I started getting stones thrown at me, and then I was really discouraged. And I think that in the timeless, story of Hamlet, which I never read because I don't like to read Old English, but I got the gist of it, that concept of whether or not it is better to suffer the stones and the stuckness in the tree, because you believe that you can get down. If your hero died, to show that's what God wanted and that you don't have to identify with your body, okay, maybe there was a time for that, but what if there's a more gentle way to move your vibration into the spiritual realm, and that you can still be alive and be at a high vibration, and instead of dying to get to heaven, you start living by speaking your truth. So look at where you got up in a tree in your life. Look at when it started to feel like things were getting, a lot of people have felt in the last 8 years under GW, in America anyways, that getting stones thrown at us. It feels very martyristic to have such a horrible parent figure. But Barack's going to come in, and he's going to make sure that everybody's tucked in, just like his daughters, and that he is going to comfort them with his energy. He isn't going to act out some crazy suppressed anger from his childhood, because he's dealt with his crap. So be grateful and excited that now the nation is about to have a good daddy.
Let's cut out the melodrama so we can wake up the whole wide world. Let's make up and start all over.